Today I am going to discuss physical properties of the minerals. Let us take one by one. The first group is quartz group. In quartz group, we are going to find amethyst, rock crystal, transparent quartz, milky quartz, smoky quartz, rose quartz, agate, flint, jasper, opal, etc. These minerals have been classified into three divisions for the sake of systematic study. As we have studied earlier, minerals are naturally occurring inorganic substances. Minerals must have been formed by natural process. Minerals must be inorganic substance. Minerals must have a definite chemical composition. Minerals must be homogeneous in nature. You see, this is a quartz mineral. Under the quartz group, it is called by the name transparent quartz. What is the property of this quartz mineral? The first property is whether the mineral is crystalline or not. In quartz group, we are going to find three categories: crystalline, cryptocrystalline and amorphous mineral. Crystalline means the arrangement of atoms. The atoms which are present in this mineral, they are arranged in a three-dimensional way. Non-crystalline, which means amorphous material, we do not find such kinds of arrangements in which we do not find the regular arrangement of atoms. Massive means there is no external proper appearance. Here the mineral is crystalline and it does not able to show any definite form. There is no definite external appearance. For example, this is the mineral. The name of the mineral is orthoclase feldspar. This denotes a definite form. External appearance is almost similar to the brick shape or book shape, but we do not find such kinds of appearance in this quartz mineral. Only we are going to write crystalline habit. Then the chemical composition SiO2, which means silicon dioxide. The next one is color. Since it is transparent, there is no color. Luster. When an ordinary light falls on this mineral, how it can able to reflect the light? It reflects the light like almost similar to the broken piece of a glass. That's why we are going to use the terminology vitreous luster. When a mineral does not able to reflect light like this mineral, when it is lesser than this mineral, then we are going to use the terminology subvitreous, that is all. Streak. Streak means powder form of this mineral. When a mineral has a hardness 1, that can be scratched with the help of our fingernail. When a mineral has hardness higher than this streak plate, definitely we cannot able to obtain powder form of this mineral. Streak plate usually has a Mohs hardness between 6.5 to 7. When we rub a mineral on a streak plate, instead of leaving a powder form behind, it scratches the streak plate. You see here how the streak plate has been scratched by this mineral. That means the hardness of this mineral is greater than this streak plate. The hardness of the mineral is here in the quartz group 7. The specific gravity 2.65. Fracture, how the broken surface of a mineral is appeared. You see, here we are going to find the semicircular or concentric rings. Here we are going to find some semicircular depressions, which means grooves and ridges. When we are going to find on the broken surface of a mineral a semicircular ridges and grooves, then it is called by the name conchoidal fracture. These kinds of fractures can be seen in many quartz group minerals like flint and some other minerals also. Then diaphanity, how it can able to transmit the light through it. When we take a thin section of this mineral, definitely through which we can able to view the distinct outline of this orthoclase feldspar. Then it is called by the name transparent. When we are unable to view the distinct outline, then it is called by the name subtransparent. Here when we take thin section of this mineral, definitely we can able to view this mineral through this. These are all the physical properties of this transparent quartz mineral. Then this is the amethyst mineral, this is the rock crystal. Here hexagonal habit. In addition to that crystalline habit, we must write hexagonal property here also. 6-sided faces. Here colorless, here purple color. The distinguishing property of this mineral is purple color and hexagonal habit. Here hexagonal habit. Streak, again we cannot able to obtain since it has higher hardness. Both minerals which are coming under this quartz group like transparent quartz, amethyst, rock crystal, flint, jasper, etc. Whatever the minerals which are coming under this quartz group, all are having hardness 7, specific gravity 2.65, except opal. Opal mineral which has hardness 6 and specific gravity is 2.2. Why opal has hardness lesser than this remaining quartz group minerals? In these minerals, we are going to find silicon dioxide is the chemical composition. But in the opal, n number of water molecules can also be seen. That's why which has lesser hardness. Then diaphanity, subtransparent, when we take a thin section through which we can able to view a mineral with indistinct outline. That's why it does not able to transmit complete light. Fracture, see here, uneven fracture, there is no even surface. Luster, subvitreous luster, this reflects the light like almost similar to the broken piece of glass, but not equals to earlier transparent quartz. Such a way, the quartz group minerals are going to show a definite chemical composition, which is silicon dioxide, and definite specific gravity. When we come to the uses, definitely we have to understand, without this quartz, there is no granite on the earth. There is no sandstone on the earth. There is no gneissic rock on the earth. It is most resistant to weathering. The granite is mainly composed of quartz and orthoclase feldspar. That's why it is an important rock forming mineral for granite. Important rock forming mineral for sandstone. 90% of the mineralogical constituent of the sandstone is quartz. More than 40% of the mineralogical constituent of a granite is this quartz. The remaining 40% is this orthoclase feldspar. The remaining mineral may be tourmaline, hornblende, plagioclase feldspar. These minerals are accessory minerals, may be present or may not be present, but these minerals must be present. This is the mineral jasper. Jasper appears either red color or yellow color. Rose quartz. What is the color? Pink. What is the luster? How it reflects the light? Subvitreous. Fracture, whether it denotes even surface or uneven surface, uneven surface. Hardness, already we came to know, which is 7, specific gravity 2.65. But these quartz minerals occur in igneous, sedimentary and metamorphic rocks. You see, the name of the mineral is agate. Here we are going to find bands. That's why it is called by the name banded agate. This is the chert. Here the color of the chert is whitish grey. Milky quartz. The color of the mineral is white. Opal. How it reflects the light, you see, which is similar to the resin. That's why we are going to use the terminology resinous luster. Fracture, again subconchoidal. Color grayish white. Streak white. When a mineral has hardness 6, definitely hardness is less. While identifying the hardness, we can use the tool knife. When we cannot able to scratch this mineral through this knife, definitely we can come to the conclusion this mineral has hardness more than 6. Actually, the tool is this knife to identify the hardness of the mineral. The next group is feldspar group. in which we are going to study orthoclase feldspar, microcline, plagioclase feldspar, etc. In feldspar group, we are going to find albite, anarthite, oligoclase, bituminite, labradorite and some other minerals. But here we have two minerals, one is orthoclase feldspar and another one is plagioclase feldspar. What is the habit? In addition to crystalline habit, we must write tabular habit. When a mineral appears like book-shaped structure or brick-shaped structure, then it is called by the name tabular habit. The minerals which are appeared in feldspar group, they are going to show tabular habit. The next one is color. What is the color of this mineral? Orthoclase feldspar, plagioclase feldspar. Here pink, here greyish white. Again chemical composition, potassium aluminium silicate, here sodium aluminium silicate and calcium aluminium silicate. The next property is streak. When we rub a mineral on the streak plate, how it is occurred, how the powder form of this mineral appears. Sometime the mass is appeared in one color, sometime the powder form is appeared in one color. Just I am going to rub this mineral on the streak plate. Here the powder form of this mineral appears in white color. The minerals which are coming under feldspar group, they are going to show the streak is in white color. Luster, how it reflects the light? Subvitreous. It reflects the light like again our earlier mineral which is quartz, but not equals to quartz. That is why we are going to use that terminology subvitreous luster when the reflection of light is lesser than the earlier quartz mineral. Both the minerals are same. Fracture, uneven fracture, you see. Cleavages, in the quartz group the cleavages are absent, but here two sets of cleavages. Cleavage means the tendency of certain minerals to split along proposed directions, yielding more or less smooth surfaces. You see, this is the one cleavage plane, this is the another cleavage plane which is nearly perpendicular. Both the minerals we are going to find the same cleavage planes. While answering, we must write two sets of cleavages are present. Then hardness, the quartz group minerals are having a hardness 6. Specific gravity is 2.6. Diaphanity, it transmits the light at the edges. Then occurrence, it occurs in igneous rocks and even metamorphic rocks also. In igneous rocks, without this orthoclase feldspar, there is no granite on the earth. In acidic igneous rocks. Without these two minerals, we do not find syenite rock. Syenite is an intermediate igneous rock. Without these two minerals, there is no syenite porphyry. Without these two minerals, there is no trachyte. Trachyte denotes trachytic texture, whatever it is. But when we come to minerals, definitely some of the properties we have to remember. For example, in the quartz group, the hardness is 7, here the hardness is 6. In the quartz group, the specific gravity is 2.65, here 2.6. By looking at these two minerals, we can easily write the tabular habit. Such a way, some of the properties can be written by looking at the specimens, but some of the properties has to be memorized. Does it possible to scratch on this mineral? Definitely yes, but it is little bit difficulty. With the help of this penknife, we can able to scratch. When a mineral is scratched with the help of penknife, then the mineral has hardness either 6 or lesser than 6. The next group is silicate minerals. In which I am going to take talc mineral. What is the habit? Here, massive habit. There is no external proper appearance like orthoclase feldspar. Orthoclase feldspar denotes tabular habit. Here, does it show any definite external appearance? Definitely not. That is why massive habit. Color, whitish green color. Chemical composition, hydrous magnesium silicate. When we rub on a streak plate, how its powder form appears? The same color, again the whitish green color. Luster, pearly luster, how the pearl reflects the light, that can be seen. The same kind of reflection can be seen on this mineral. Cleavages present, fracture, uneven, broken surface, this is the broken surface, hardness 1. This can be scratched with the help of our fingernail. You see here. Then specific gravity is higher than the quartz and feldspar group, which is 2.7. The distinguishing property of this mineral is soapy to touch and hardness. Hardness is 1. When we touch this mineral, it feels like similar to the soap. Occurrence, it occurs in metamorphic rocks like schistose rocks. When a rock schist is rich with this mineral, talc mineral, then it is called by the name talc schist. If the rock schist is rich with garnet, garnetiferous schist. If the rock is rich with hornblende, hornblende schist. Uses, talc is primary ingredient in talcum powder. It is used in the paper industry to enhance the brightness of the paper, cosmetics industry, rubber industry, ointments, and in the manufacture of ceramics, insecticides, etc. Particularly for the removing of grease and oily spots, it is used as bleaching agent in textile industry. The next one is hornblende. The first one is talc. The next one is hornblende. What is the habit of this mineral? Prismatic habit. Color, greenish black color. Streak, again greenish black. Luster, subvitreous luster. Fracture, this is the fracture plane. Uneven fracture or even little bit Hackley fracture. Hackley fracture means this is the fracture plane, this is the cleavage plane. There are two sets of cleavages. This is the one set, this is the another set. two sets of imperfect cleavages. Hardness is 6, specific gravity is 3.5. It occurs again in igneous rocks. The rock diorite is formed of plagioclase and hornblende. It is an important rock forming mineral for diorite rock. The chemical composition is hydrated silicates of calcium, aluminium, magnesium, iron, etc. Due to the presence of magnesium and iron, this mineral appears in dark color. Uses: important rock forming mineral. Hardness again 6. It can be scratched with the help of penknife, you see, with difficulty. The specific gravity is high, which is 3.5, due to the presence of magnesium and iron. The next mineral is olivine. The color olive green color. Habit: the grains can be clearly seen with the help of lens. Habit is granular habit. In feldspar group, tabular habit. Talc, massive habit. Hornblende, prismatic habit. Here granular habit. Again chemical composition: magnesium iron silicate. That's why it is also appeared in dark color. Luster, dull luster. Streak: when we obtain its powder form with the help of hammer stress, definitely it is appeared in white color. Fracture, uneven fracture. Cleavages present. Hardness 7. Specific gravity is medium, which is 3.5. Due to the presence of magnesium and iron, the specific gravity is 3.5. It occurs in ultra basic igneous rocks like dunite. Dunite is a monomineralic rock which is majorly composed of olivine mineral. That's why it is also an important rock forming mineral. Without this mineral, there is no dunite on the earth. Peridot is another mineral. It is a variety of olivine group that is used as gemstone. The next group is carbonate group. In this group, we are going to find calcite, dolomite, etc. This is calcite and this is dolomite. What is the color? White. What is the color? Gray. Chemical composition: CaCO3. This one is CaCO3 and MgCO3. This one is calcium carbonate. This one is calcium carbonate and magnesium carbonate. Habit: rhombus habit. This one is rhombus habit. Luster: how it reflects the light? Subvitreous. Both the minerals are going to reflect the light like subvitreous. Cleavages: there are 3 sets of cleavages. One is in this direction, another one is in this direction, another one is in this direction. When this mineral is broken into thousands of pieces, each fragment is appeared in the form of rhombus habit. Hardness 3, specific gravity 2.7. Here hardness 4, specific gravity is 2.9. Occurrence: it occurs in sedimentary rocks like limestone and even marble, metamorphic rock. Marble is a metamorphic rock. Uses: calcite is used in the manufacture of cement. Dolomite is used in the manufacture of cement and glasses, etc. The distinguishing property: rhombus habit and 3 sets of rhombus cleavages, and when it comes and contact with dilute HCl, it gives effervescence. This is the distinguishing property of these two minerals. In sulfate group, we are going to find gypsum. Gypsum is a fibrous habit mineral. The chemical composition is CaSO4 2H2O, which means calcium sulfate. What is the color? Grey. When we rub against the streak plate, which means when we obtain the powder form of this mineral, that also appears in grey color. The luster is pearly. How it reflects the light? You see, pearly luster. Cleavages are present. Hardness after talc mineral, the gypsum comes, which has hardness 2. The specific gravity is higher than its hardness, which is 2.3. The distinguishing property of these minerals is hardness, which means it can be scratched with the help of fingernail. It is formed due to the alteration of limestone. It is used in the manufacture of cement, plaster of Paris, etc. Gypsum plays a very important role in controlling the rate of hardening of the cement. Gypsum is added to control the setting of cement. If not added, what happens? The cement will set very quickly. If not added, the cement will set immediately after mixing with water, leaving no time for concrete plasting. Such a way to fix the rate of setting, this gypsum is very important. The next group is sheet silicates. In sheet silicates, we are going to study muscovite mica and biotite mica. These two minerals are again very important. This is muscovite mica and this is biotite mica. What is the habit of these two minerals? It can be separated in the form of thin sheets. Here, this kinds of nature, this kinds of appearance is identified as lamellar habit or flaky habit or micaceous habit. These kinds of properties can be seen from both the micas, which is muscovite mica and biotite mica. The color is, when we take a thin sheet, that appears in the form of colorless. When it is assemblages of sheets, which is appeared in silver white. This biotite mica appears in brownish black color. The streak is again colorless for this one. Again, for this biotite mica appears little bit brown color. Luster, how it reflects the light, you see, it reflects light like pearl. Does it reflect light like broken piece of a glass? Definitely not. Or resin? Definitely not. It reflects light like pearl, which is an important distinguishing property. The distinguishing property of these sheet silicates is lamellar habit and pearly luster. Cleavages, one set of basal cleavages. This mineral can be separated along this cleavage plane, you see. this is the one set of cleavage plane which is in horizontal nature. Fracture, this is fracture plane which is uneven fracture. Hardness, for this muscovite mica, hardness is 3, which means this can be scratched with the help of fingernail with difficulty. This mineral has hardness 4, which means this mineral can be scratched with the help of penknife easily. Specific gravity for this mineral 2.8, for this mineral 3. The chemical composition, hydrous silicates of potassium and aluminium for this colorless mica. For this biotite mica, hydrous silicates of potassium, aluminium, magnesium and iron. Due to the presence of magnesium and iron, this mica appears in dark color. It occurs, particularly this muscovite mica occurs along with igneous rocks like granites and granodiorites. This biotite mica also occurs along with igneous and metamorphic rocks. Uses: this muscovite mica is used as insulator in electrical industry. It is an important rock forming mineral, particularly in metamorphic rocks like schist. When a schist rock is rich with biotite mica, then it is called by the name biotite schist. If the rock is rich with talc schist. If the rock is rich with hornblende schist. Such a way, these minerals are also important for us. The next mineral is garnet. Under silicates, we are going to find garnet. In nature, it occurs in cubic form. Cubic means the length of this mineral from bottom to top equals to front to back as well as left to right. When these axes are mutually perpendicular to each other, then it is called by the name cubic system. Color brown, streak absent. Why streak is absent? The hardness of the mineral is high. Luster, adamantine luster, how diamond reflects the light, such a way it reflects the light. Fracture uneven, diaphanity opaque, hardness 8, it cannot be scratched with the help of penknife. See, specific gravity 4.3 due to the presence of magnesium and iron. The classification, again it comes under silicates. Occurrence, it occurs along with metamorphic rocks like schists. When a schist rock is rich with garnet, then it is called by the name garnetiferous schist. Garnet uses. Garnet is used as an abrasive material, particularly in polishing woods. Almandine, grasular, uvarovite, which are also coming under garnet group, these minerals are used as gemstones. Under oxides, we are going to study magnetite, hematite, corundum, limonite, etc. This is the mineral magnetite. Magnetite has granular habit. You see, the grains are clearly seen. Sometimes it also appears in cubic habit, cubic form. Chemical composition is Fe3O4, iron oxide. Color black. Streak also appears in the form of black. Luster, here very important property. The mineral, when it becomes ore mineral, that definitely provides either metallic luster or submetallic luster. In this case, we are going to find metallic luster. How the metal reflects the light, like we are going to find the luster on this mineral. Fracture, this is uneven. Diaphanity, all metallic minerals are opaque minerals. They do not able to transmit the light. Here hardness 6 to 6.5, specific gravity which is 5.2, classification again comes under oxide. Distinguishing property of this mineral, granular habit. In addition to that, it attracts the magnet, which means strongly metallic. You see, this is the magnet. When I bring this magnet towards this magnetite, how it attracts. You see how the force of attraction between magnetite and magnet. It occurs in the form of accessory mineral in igneous and metamorphic rocks. Nearly 73% of iron can be seen. It is used as ore of iron. The next mineral is hematite. Hematite, this is the hematite mineral. Flaky habit here. Color steel grey. By obtaining streak of this mineral, we can come to the conclusion the mineral is hematite. The distinguishing property of this mineral is cherry red streak. Luster, again metallic luster, how it reflects the light, you see. Cleavages absent, fracture uneven, diaphanity opaque, it does not able to transmit the light. Then hardness again 6.5, specific gravity 5.3, classification again oxide. Occurrence, it occurs again in igneous and sedimentary rocks in the form of accessory mineral. Uses, again it is used as iron ore. The iron content is lesser than the magnetite, what we have seen earlier. This magnetite has approximately 72 to 73%, but here approximately 70%. You see, this is the mineral which is bauxite, in which we are going to find pisolytic habit. Pisolytic means the grains are appeared in the form of spherical shapes. Color grey, streak again grey, luster in the earlier two minerals magnetite and hematite metallic luster, here earthy luster. Earthy means that does not able to reflect the light like metal or any other kinds of substances. Just it does not able to reflect the light, that's all. Fracture uneven, cleavages absent, diaphanity opaque. Again chemical composition aluminium oxide Al2O3 and 2 molecules of water can be seen. Hardness 3, specific gravity 2.6. Again classification is a hydroxide. It is a secondary mineral formed from any rock of any composition under prolonged weathering. It is an important ore of aluminium. The name of the mineral is bauxite. The main distinguishing property of this mineral is pisolytic habit and earthy luster. when we compared with metallic minerals.